built a little sleeve to go inside the 2-inch eyepiece holder so that I could mount the very camera I'm holding in my hand. Ideally, I will be able to use the 6-inch scope now without having the real-time imaging system and get better resolution on the moon and planets. However, it won't have any ability whatsoever to go deep sky. That'll have to be done with my very own eye. Drop this baby in here, capture it, and then I'm going to zoom in. And if there's enough contrast on the moon, it should come to focus at some point. So I'm going to capture the whole field. There we go. So the camera's in place. Ideally, the camera itself would capture focus because it is an autofocus camera. So what I'm going to do now is just do a little exploration of manually refocusing the scope to see if it has any effect on the camera's ability to achieve focus, a fully out of focus, extra focal. Now I'm going intrafocal. Looks like there's a little bit of a luminous presence there. Nope, all the way in. And this scope does have quite a bit of travel on it, probably about 8 centimeters. Okay, typically what I have to do is probably going to have to wait until it gets darker for better contrast for the camera to be able to capture focus. So there we have it, a quick and dirty method of mounting a what is probably 1.25 inch outside diameter handheld Canon camera into a sleeve to mate it up with a 2-inch diagonal eyepiece holder. Okay, I've swung the camera well inside of focus after installing a Barlow lens on the Skywatcher. It's a 2x Barlow lens. The Skywatcher is about 1200 millimeters in focus. The Barlow makes that 2400. It looks like the magnification here is probably somewhere around 150x. I'm going to sweep the camera a little bit. We're looking at the southern part of the moon, the lunar terminator. To the south is the highest density of high contrast craters. And there's the other direction. And then we'll sweep down, if I can get this to move in the right direction with the hand controller. So there's our view of the moon, probably at something that approaches 200x. One thing I have been working on is coming up with my own lunagraphic hand-drawn map so that I could emphasize what I consider to be the features, most memorable features on the moon: craters, Maria, the Oceanus. I think I've captured the Apennine Mountains on it. Some rays like Aristarchus, some rills. So this is our post-up view of the moon. Once again, using Skywatcher ED 150. I'm using a Canon not a handy cam. It's the camera I was originally doing my real-time imaging with. Canon Powershot, I believe it is. Haven't used it for a while. And there is once again a sweep of the lunar terminator. Craters to the south. Probably the most significant feature is Mercurium, which is right about there. So, a nice first effort. Once the moon is back in the cycle, I'm not doing real-time imaging anymore to capture some of the brighter studies in the sky, the moon, as well as hopefully Jupiter and Saturn will give us good views. The magnification is significant enough. The question is whether or not I'm going to get sufficient resolution. All right, the lunacy is upon us, but still, carpe.